Hey, so today marks the 20th anniversary of the airing of the first show of The Sopranos. 20 years, I can't believe it's been that long. But I am making a bold statement in saying that The Sopranos is the best show of all time. So I've been a big fan of gangster films over the years. Scarface, Casino, The Godfather series. I love movies like that. And when The Sopranos first came out, I was in high school. I didn't have HBO, so I didn't watch it. And in college, I was too busy playing video games and partying to even get TV. I was too poor to have TV. I mean, I definitely didn't have cable. And it wasn't until about 2004 that I first started watching the show. I started with the first season of DVDs, and I worked my way up, second season, third season, fourth season, all the way up to 6. And then I kind of caught up with the show. I was kind of watching them as they were coming out towards the end. And eventually I owned every single DVD of The Sopranos. I like the show that much. I was like, I'm just going to buy I need every episode. It was so good. And I've since sold my collection of Sopranos DVDs, but it was about this high. It was a huge stack. I own the series digitally now on Vudu, so I can watch it digitally whenever I want to. I always pop on an episode every once in a while. Yeah, I could comfortably say that this is the best show ever. And it's even better than Seinfeld. Seinfeld is second, but The Sopranos is, in fact, better. And I think that The Sopranos will probably remain the best show for the rest of my life. It's that good. So what makes this show so good? Well, the number one thing that makes The Sopranos so good is Tony Soprano. James Gandolfini made such an amazing and incredible Tony Soprano. I mean, I'd never even heard of the guy until the show came out. But man, could that dude act. I mean, it was like I was watching a reality TV show. And not everyone on that show was good at acting, but he made up for everyone that wasn't that good. So the second thing that I love about the show is the incredible amount of content that we got. I mean, David Chase, the creator, essentially made a 70-hour movie for us, splitting it up into seasons and episodes. But it's just such good quality, the way that they filmed it. And I mean, I know they had a big budget to work with, but it was just done so well. And I mean, there's a few duds of an episode, but overall, it's just really good quality stuff. And I really respect the show for ending when it did, with dignity on top like that. I mean, The Simpsons is a show that just goes on. And no one, I don't know, people I guess still watch it, but it's been out for 30 years, and it was really great when it first came out. And then, after like 10 seasons, you're like, oh, they're still making this? 20 seasons, wow, it's seriously still going on. 30 seasons, they're just milking it for all it's worth. But you got to respect a show that just ends when they end like that. And Seinfeld did the same thing, they ended on top. And I really appreciate that. They're not going to fizz out and get worse and worse as time goes on. Then it's not all about the money for the actors. They like, let's just stop this thing. It's great. It was a great series, but it's time to move on. So now that it's the 20th anniversary of the show, there's a lot of talk about the last episode. Tony's in the diner, and the question is, did he die? I'm going to say, yeah, he died. I think that's how they wanted to end the show. That's why they ended the show, because they wanted to show that he died. They didn't want to show him dying because they knew that the fans wouldn't want to see something like that because they were so attached to his character, and they would be really sad if they actually showed him die on screen. But yeah, I won't go into much more detail about what made The Sopranos such an amazing show. I mean, if you know already, you know. If you don't know, then you gotta get out there and you gotta watch this show. Pull it up on HBO, go, do what you gotta do, just watch this show. Such a good show. Like I said, the best show of all time. What's my favorite season? I think that the series peaked at season 3. So I'll say that season 3 is my favorite season. What are my favorite episodes of the show? Well, I'd say that College is really good. Funhouse is one of my favorites. Pine Barrens is also one of my favorites. Have you guys seen the show? What are your thoughts on it? Is it the greatest show of all time? Is it just an okay show? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.